Two young fighters whom grew up like brothers, winning amateur tournament after amateur tournament side by side, would go on to be two of the hottest, most talented young world championship boxers going today. But what happens when one of them wants everything the other one has? I'm going to talk about that right now. Intro. Welcome back to Championship Rounds. This is the Champ Chat 8. The subject matter today is Devin the Dream Haney and Shakur Stevenson, two young boxers whom came up together, but their paths are destined to cross. Yes, they will inevitably meet. Before I get into that, as always, guys, like, share, comment, subscribe. If you're new here, and if you're not new here and you haven't hit that subscribe, also hit that notification bell so you never miss a drop. Alright guys, I'm just going to start out first with Devin the Dream Haney. 28-0, 15 knockouts. Did I mention he's only 23 years of age? Undisputed lightweight champion. What does undisputed mean? He's unified all the major world titles. WBA, WBO, WBC, IBF, and the Ring magazine, which is pretty much considered the lineal title. Devin's last outing, he went all the way down under and defeated George Kambosos Jr. On the other side, we have Shakur Stevenson, the unified super featherweight champion. Why only unified? Because he's only unified two of the major world titles, those being the WBC and the WBO. He does also hold the Ring magazine title. You get it. Shakur Stevenson is 25 years of age, but him and Devin are a year apart. Devin is only 23, but they were born 1 year after the other. You know, they have one of those floating birthdays. Long story short, Devin Haney will be 24 well before Shakur turns 26. As I mentioned, well documented, these two grew up like family, like brothers.
Like being real, like when it comes to Devin one of out of all them people, out of all the people named, Devin one of the people who showed me the most love, being real with you, and I'm gonna make sure I do the same in return, because at the end of the day, me and Devin, we really was with each other coming up. I done did hours in the car with Devin driving from Colorado Springs to Ringside to Kansas City. We going to Colorado. Him and his dad come pick me up in the Sprinter van. We go from the OTC to literally Ringside Nationals, and me and him was on the same team going overseas fighting in Ukraine and Russia, all these things. So at the end of the day, I got to show love to Devin.
Devin's dad would come and pick Shakur up. They're like family. They talk about it. They're public with it.
You know, me and Shakur, we've been friends for since as long as I can remember, as long as I've been boxing, as long as we both been boxing. So, you know, hopefully, you know, he keeps doing good. I'm rooting for him. I want to see him win. You know, him and Jay are family to us.
So why, after all this time, do they have to come together and collide in the boxing ring, being one class away from each other their whole boxing lives? Money and fame.
I don't want to take too much of your time, Champ. Any messages and things that you want to let everyone know out, since the fact that you're undisputed should be on everyone's pound for pound list. Yeah. No dispute.
I mean, yeah, I should definitely be on everybody's pound for pound list. They said that the lightweight division was the best division in boxing. They said it was the four kings and this and that. Now it's one king, and they don't like it, but it is what it is. I'm gonna just keep beating whoever they put in front of me, and if I'm not on a pound for pound list, it is what it is. That's just an opinionated list, and yeah.
Yes, the lightweight division was lauded as the best division in boxing. They gave you the Four Horsemen, this era's version of that even, being Teofimo Lopez, being Vasily Lomachenko, Devin Haney, The Dream, and of course, Gervonta Tank Davis. People try to slide Ryan Garcia in there, but no. You see, all the names are at lightweight. And if all the names are at lightweight, that's where the money is. The money fights are for the real belts. Shakur Stevenson has said that he's coming up to 135 very soon.
I'll probably be going up real soon. Like, I'm going up to 35
Really?
in the near future. I'm letting that be known. You're the first person
Oh,
I told this to. I'm be going up to 135 in the near future. And I don't know, maybe if he's still there, I'm definitely ready to rock. But knowing him, he's probably going to be moving up to 140 in the near future.
So after his next fight, where he defends his championships, his titles, he's coming up. So he's made it very clear that he's coming straight for the belts, the real belts, not the fake belts. Shakur Stevenson realizes that his buying power, his earning potential raises categorically at lightweight. Because although he can fight names like Oscar Valdez, whom he defeated rather soundly in his last outing, it doesn't ring with the fans, with the pay-per-view buyers, with the ticket buyers. It doesn't ring with them like the names that I just mentioned at lightweight. So with the weight class popularity and Shakur Stevenson saying plenty of times that he's moving up to 135 very soon, one has to think, where does that leave Devin Haney? Shakur has made it very clear that when he comes up to 135, he's coming for the titles and whomever holds them.
You get past this next fight, are you looking at maybe jumping in there with Lomachenko next?
I mean, that's a possibility. I ain't crossing that out. But I done heard Lomachenko, express that he want the belts. Like he let it be known that they asked him about me before, like, fighting Shakur Stevenson, and he said out of his mouth, like, I want the belts at 35. I'm not thinking about him. He's not in my, like I wasn't in his, in his way. But at the end of the day, he probably gonna be first in line for the belts with Devin. And then by the time I'm there, whoever, got the belts, I'm going after. So if it come down to it, however it go, that's what I'm with. But mainly when it come down to it, I'm gonna be looking for them belts when I get to that weight class. That's gonna be my main focus. I don't care who got the belts. I like to fight for real titles. I ain't trying to go in there and fight for no Intercontinental or none of all that other stuff that they got going on. I want real world titles. Like, that's what I chase after. Like, so at the end of the day, whoever got them at that time, once I get there, I'm going at it.
Shakur Stevenson has said that he wants all the smoke and he's not ducking any action.
I'm with all the smoke. I don't duck no action at the end of the day. But if we had the same weight and it comes down to it, like, let's do it. I'm down with it.
Body language, energy.
Stayed with Devin at his crib when I was probably like 16 years old. And, his dad treated me like family. Devin treated me like a brother. And, they treated me real good. And like I said, I got nothing but respect and love for them dudes. But if it came down to it, like I said, I don't duck no action. This boxing at the end of the day. I'm very competitive. So if it came down to it, I'm with it. I'm with all the smoke. Devin
Haney has always been, whenever that fight happens, it's going to make sense whenever it happens.
You think, that could be the biggest fight possibly made?
Of course. That is a huge fight to be made one day.
You know, and I think he said at some point he's going to move to 135. I know you guys have a great relationship.
Yeah.
It's more like a friendship business. Like, you're my good friend, but
at the end of the day, we all know that this is a business. We real good friends. We talk often, and when the time comes is when the time comes, you know. But it's gonna make sense for me and for him, and we're gonna make a huge fight for the fans when it happens.
So you see the difference here is Shakur Stevenson is putting on like this fight can happen very soon.
Because I haven't even posted this interview with Floyd yet, but he was actually telling me that he thinks the big fight that Top Rank should be focused on is you versus Devin Haney. Do you think that fight could happen in the near future, or is that a distant one too?
Nah, I think that's a fight that can happen too. At the end of the day.
Devin Haney, on the other hand, is putting on like this fight will happen after all of the lightweights have been destroyed and their bodies are laying at their feet.
You know, even though he is a 130-pound champion, he's being mentioned, obviously, you know, with those young names yourself, the Ryan, the T.O. What do you think, not just his performance, but moving forward, you know, potential showdown down the line?
Of course, you know, me and Shakur know that eventually, you know, down the line, we're gonna meet up, you know, at the top, you know, and you know I'm gonna support him up to that point.
And it's only Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney standing. That's when the fight will happen. Two completely different energies.
It's gonna be hard for me to just sit there and accept defeat. Accept defeat. When it comes down to it, you're gonna have to show me at the end of the day. So I know how to flip that switch when it comes down to it. Like I said, nothing but respect for him, but. Once it's time and them contracts signed and we getting ready for a fight, all that respect is lost. I look at you the same way I looked at Valdez or Jamel. I look at y'all. People were saying, even with Jamel, like people don't know. I know I said I wasn't cool with him and we wasn't friends and all that, but I was, truth be told, like I was cool with him. But I turned like a switch in my brain where it's like I can't be cool with you. Like I can't have that in my brain. Like I can't be your friend right now. Like it's smoke. We on that. Come on. Whatever it is, I'm not your friend when I see you. What's up? What up?
Yeah.
Like, it's just a certain switch that I hit. So
again, Shakur's not ducking any smoke, any action. Next for Devin Haney is George Kambosos Jr. again. Yes, even though he dominated Kambosos soundly, Devin's a man of his word, and it's in the contract that they had the rematch. So they're going to do it. Next for Shakur Stevenson is Robson Conseco. And I'm sorry for the mispronunciation, but Robson was defeated soundly by Oscar Valdez just 2 fights ago. Who's Oscar Valdez? Again, the guy Shakur Stevenson just beat the smoke off of. Guys, it's very important because the titles in boxing are so watered down. Stevenson's coming for the real belts.
I think it should be Devin and Lomachenko, and let me get active on whoever, you know. You know how that go.
Devin Haney has all the real belts. He's probably going to win his next fight based on his last performance against the same opponent he will be facing. Again, Shakur Stevenson will defend his titles in his next outing against a guy that lost to the guy he just beat rather soundly. After that, Stevenson's looking to come up to lightweight for the real belts. And one of you guys on one of my shows were debating whether or not Tank Davis is a champion. Tank Davis is not a world champion. He is not the WBA champion. He is not. And Devin Haney addressed that.
There's only one champ, so they could cut all that 4 horsemen shit out.
No, but Tank got a belt though. He do.
He got the regular belt though.
What's that? Let him know what it is. What he got?
You know what it is. He funny as shit.
Yes, the WBA champion is, of course, Devin the Dream Haney. With that being said, guys, I believe that the two best boxers, and I know that Shakur Stevenson is still a super featherweight as I speak, but the soon-to-be lightweight, Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney, are the best boxers. Now, I know people have said that Devin Haney isn't exciting to watch. It's a show. It's important to be exciting. But understand this. Floyd Money Mayweather didn't get as big as he got by being exciting. Yes, Pretty Boy Floyd was exciting. He was more of an action fighter. Money Mayweather was a smarter fighter that realized that the game and the sweet science was the art of hitting and not getting hit. But why was Floyd so big? Well, every fighter has their own following, their own fan base. You couple that with the people that don't like you for one reason or another. Maybe they don't like something about your personal life. Maybe they don't like you because they don't like the way you fight. Maybe they don't like you because you're cocky. And a lot of the times, maybe they don't like you because you keep beating the fighters that they like. Guys, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. The best fighters aren't per se the guys that are going to knock you out. The guys that you fall in love with their power because they are sleeping guys left and right. No. The guys that are the best fighters are the guys that it doesn't matter how powerful that the guy on the other side of the ring is. They cannot outbox you. They cannot strike you clean enough for their power to even matter. So again, why was Floyd so big? Because people wanted to see him lose. They didn't like him or they loved him. But it was one or the other. The important thing was they cared. So bringing it all back full circle, Devin Haney. People might not like the way he fights because he didn't get into some all-action war with George Kambosos like Teofimo Lopez did when he lost his titles. They have an opinion, though. And that's what's important. Guys, do you agree with me? Do you believe that Devin the Dream Haney and the soon-to-be lightweight Shakur Stevenson will be the best lightweights in the division? If and when the two ultimately collide, who do you have winning that one? Let me know in the comments. Guys, again, like, share, comment, subscribe. Trying to push up to the next threshold, 300 subscribers, and I would appreciate anyone that wants to contribute. But with that being said, as always, until next time, stay frosty.